Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
And together, we're Backyard Musings, broadcasting both of us from Apple Valley in our living rooms, People's Republic of California.
Yep, I have returned from the special assignment in the secret bunker. And we are talking about an interesting topic today. Pretty close to where we live.
Yeah, and this is maybe this is a follow-up from those depressions in the ocean that we talked about.
Yeah, the sea holes.
The sinkholes, yeah. In 2020, striking photographs revealed rusted barrels scattered across the seafloor near Los Angeles, capturing widespread attention. Once believed to contain the pesticide DDT, new analysis shows some barrels actually held caustic alkaline waste. At first, the corroded containers were suspected to hold residues of the pesticide DDT, especially since some were surrounded by pale, halo-like rings in the sediment. Yet the actual contents of the barrels, as well as the cause of the strange halos, remained uncertain. The findings were presented on September 9th, 2025, in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, Nexus, and backed by NOAA, along with the University of Southern California's Sea Grant program. Would you like to know more?
Research led by UC San Diego's Scripps Institute of Oceanography has since clarified that the halo-producing barrels contained caustic alkaline waste, which seeped out and altered the surrounding environment. While the study, again, another reason to be mindful of what you're swimming in on the left coast. Okay, just letting you know.
Yep.
While the study could not determine the precise compounds inside, it noted that DDT production produced both alkaline and acidic byproducts. In addition, other major industries in the area, including oil refineries or refining, were known to release large amounts of alkaline waste.
The research showed that leaking alkaline waste reshaped parts of the seafloor into harsh habitats resembling natural hydrothermal vents, environments that host specialized microbes capable of surviving where most organisms cannot. According to the studies, at first I thought that was my boogers, but it's not. According to the study's authors, the scale and intensity of these impacts on marine ecosystems depend on both the number of barrels resting on the seafloor and the particular chemicals they released.
Even with these uncertainties, Paul Jensen, a Scripps Emeritus marine microbiologist and the study's senior author, explained that he had assumed such alkaline material would quickly dilute in seawater. Instead, it has remained intact for more than 50 years, leading him to conclude that this waste can now join the ranks of DDT as a persistent pollutant with long-term environmental impacts.
Yeah.
So we're talking about seafood. I mean, who knows? But
I mean, the food chain that, the little things that other little things eat, the bigger things eat, the bigger things eat that we eat.
Right. And we've talked about it. We know how powerful the ocean is, right? It can take care of itself, but certain things like this stuff is just not good.
It's not natural. Yeah.
Right.
The study adds to Scripps' longstanding efforts to investigate the toxic legacy of once permitted dumping in Southern California's offshore waters. The results also offer a visual method to distinguish barrels that once carried this alkaline waste.
From the 1930s through the early 1970s, 14 deepwater dumping grounds off the coast of Southern California were used to dispose of refinery wastes, filter cakes and oil drilling wastes, chemical waste, refuge and garbage, military explosives, nice, and radioactive waste, another nice one. According to the EPA, seafloor surveys led by the Scripps in 2021 and 2023, so just a few years ago, documented thousands of discarded objects, including hundreds of military munitions. The total number of barrels lying on the ocean floor is still unknown. Great.
Yeah, sediments in this region are heavily contaminated with DDT, a pesticide banned in 1972 and now recognized as dangerous to both humans and wildlife. Sparse records from the period suggest that most DDT waste was discharged directly into the sea. Gudelband said she and her co-authors didn't initially set out to solve the halo mystery. In 2021, aboard the Schmidt Ocean Institute's research vessel Falkor, She and other researchers collected sediment samples to better understand the contamination near Catalina.
Using the remotely operated vehicle, ROV, Sue Bastion, the team collected sediment samples at precise distances from 5 barrels, 3 of which have white halos. And I'm trying to envision this. So this halo is like a glow around it.
Yeah, on the floor, on the ocean floor, in a circle. Yeah.
All right. The barrels featuring white halos presented an unexpected challenge. Inside the white halos, the seafloor suddenly became like concrete, preventing the researchers from collecting samples with their coring devices. Using the ROV's robotic arm, the researchers collected a piece of the hardened sediment from one of the halo barrels. Okay.
The team analyzed the sediment samples and the hardened piece of halo barrel crust for DDT concentrations, mineral content, and microbial DNA. The sediment sample showed that DDT contamination did not increase closer to the barrels, deepening the mystery of what they contained. During the analysis, Gudelben struggled to extract microbial DNA from the samples taken through the halos. After some unsuccessful troubleshooting in the lab, Gudelben tested one of these samples' pH. She was shocked to find that the sample's pH was extremely high, around 12. So that's acidic. All the samples from near the barrels with halos turned out to be similarly alkaline. An alkaline mixture is also known as, it's a base. So it's a base, not a acid. Oh my gosh. No wonder I failed chemistry. Meaning it has a pH higher than 7, as opposed to an acid, which has a pH less than 7. Man, I flunked.
Yeah, measuring the pool water, acid versus, alkali, chlorine, this explained the limited amount of microbial DNA she and her colleagues had been able to extract from the halo samples. The samples turned out to have low bacterial diversity compared to other surrounding sediments, and the bacteria came from the families adapted to alkaline environments like deep sea hydrothermal vents and alkaline hot springs. Okay.
Stop. Analysis of the hard crust showed that it was mostly made of a mineral called brucite, Brucite. When the alkaline waste leaked from the barrels, it reacted with magnesium in the seawater to create brucite, which cemented the sediment into a concrete-like crust. The brucite, this is fascinating, the brucite is also slowly dissolving, which maintains the high pH in the sediment around the barrels and creates a place only few extremophilic microbes can survive. I'm sure that means extreme microbe.
Whatever that is, yeah.
Where this high pH meets the surrounding seawater, it forms calcium carbonate that deposits it as a white dust, creating the halos.
Okay. Prior research led by Lisa Levin, study co-author and emeritus biological oceanographer at Scripps, showed that small animal biodiversity around the barrels with halos was also reduced. Jensen said that roughly a third of the barrels that had been visually observed had halos, but it's unclear if the ratio holds true for the entire area, and it remains unknown just how many barrels are sitting on the seafloor.
Wow. The researchers suggest using white halos as indicators of alkaline waste could help rapidly assess the extent of alkaline waste contamination near Catalina. Next, Gudelben and Jensen said they were experimenting with DDT-contaminated sediments collected from the dump site to search for microbes capable of breaking down DDT.
Yeah, this is what really got me. The slow microbial breakdown the researchers are now studying may be the only feasible hope for eliminating the DDT dumped decades ago. Jensen said that trying to physically remove the contaminated sediments would, in addition to being a huge logistical challenge, likely do more harm than good. So they're just going to let this stuff sit there.
Yeah, let's find some microbes that'll eat it up, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know whose bright idea it was to dump stuff like this in the ocean. I remember...
Big oil.
What's that?
Big oil.
Yeah. But I mean, I remember when they closed our local Air Force base here, George Air Force Base, back in the 80s. And when they closed that, they had a whole bunch of junk on there, stuff, and they buried it. They just buried it. And when they started developing the base for a logistics airport, it they discovered all this stuff, and it set them back years trying to develop that base. So into this airport, but I mean it's blowing going now. But
make the Air Force go back and clean it up.
I don't know who ended up doing it, but it's just just hey,
war.
we're not going to be here anymore, so just bury it. We don't have to worry about it. So I think actually it had been happening for years because that base was. I think that base was developed back in the 30s or the 40s. It's an old base. So, but anyway, good story. Crazy.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you in the afternoon.
Take care, everyone. Thank you.